I hear people all the time say, hey, I didn't have great luck with rope scrapes, and quite frankly, I've had mixed. That's why I'm putting both right here, but I think location is everything. So we've got one trail that's really heavily used right here, and I'm really putting it right here, frankly, for the shot. So I've got one shooting lane right back here over my shoulder. They did use this a little bit last year already, so I'm just trying to enhance it. You can see right there, busted up. So I'm going to put some scent in there. I'm going to get this tied up here, and then we'll move on to the next one. So I didn't mention this, but I really like to use this, I guess it'd be rubber wire. And I know it has some rubber on it, but what I've found, at least here, I've got some like really mean squirrels or something, but if I don't hang this from the branch, they will just destroy this rope. And so before hunting season gets here, most of this will be already gone. So what I started doing is going ahead and hanging some rope, tying it around here, and just hanging that up here. And the last couple years, that's made a big difference. So little tip for you guys, if you've got some angry squirrels or destructive squirrels, hopefully that helps you out. So I do have a zip tie across the top on each side. And what I'll typically do is pull off, here, I'll try and come up to the camera, try to pull off a loop here. And that's where I will wrap that 2 times through, and then back around itself, cinch that down. I've just found that tends to help that from coming off there. And then as far as height, I really try my best to get these things to be, chest high, maybe a little higher. I'm okay if they're a little low right now. I don't want them massively low, but a little lower, closer to my belly button, because once these leaves come off, these branches will come up. So that's something to just be aware of for those of you who are hanging them a little higher. Often that will come up. I think that's probably a little too high, actually. All I'm trying to do here is get them to stop and get some inventory. And the bucks that I have found that I think really do like these tend to be in spots, and I don't know if this is something you guys see, maybe comment below. It seems to be in spots that don't have a lot of vines, which is this woods here does not have a lot of grapevines. So maybe, I don't know, maybe that's something you guys could consider in your spots. So I tear those branches out of the way. I want this to be, about as, sticking out as much as I possibly can. Just to make it super obvious. I will put some scent on it just to try and get them started on it. But y'all, I really don't know how much that actually matters. I think if you've got the ground kicked out, I think you've got it in the right spot and you've got it at the right height. They almost can't resist to come up and hit it. So yeah, I'm hoping October 1st through the 6th, as long as some of these acorns are better as I get off the side there. I think this was going to be one of the spots on the first, north back to southwest wind. I think this is one of the spots he's in trouble. I like using these Y branches just because you can lock them around and stuff. So I like to hang these down or vertical, maybe point it a little down, but I want it to be right in that deer's nose. And if I have a preference, if it's going to be pointed anywhere, I want it pointed back to my stand. These deer just tend to, kind of curve and give you that shot opportunity. I don't know who first came out with that, but I started doing that a couple years ago, and kind of amazed at how, I may not always kill the deer that's doing it, but I'm always amazed at how frequently it actually ends up working. This camera is going to face northeast, and so I'm going to be able to then have both scrapes in view. I'm also going to have 3 trails. So there's a trail here, there's a trail just behind this, and then one trail going north and south. So I think I'm actually going to be able to cover 3 trails with one camera, and hopefully with these 2 scrapes here, really funnels that movement. So I'm going to get this DC2 up. For those of you who don't use any of these WyseEyes yet, would highly recommend it. I've switched almost entirely everything over to this DC2 camera, no glow. Honestly, guys, it's so simple to set up. I think that's my favorite part. I was talking to the owner, Harold, the other day, and he said that their dad is the test dummy. If he can't figure it out, it's too complicated. Really, guys, these things are a piece of cake. You get them up out of the box, you take your camera on your phone, scan the barcode, and you're pretty much ready to rock and roll. I always like to connect mine to 12-volt batteries. I really don't want to come in here and be piddling around with batteries for the rest of the year. So I'll set these up on 12 volts, and I like to wrap the camera cord around the tree a couple times, just so if a raccoon does come around, it doesn't yank the camera, or it doesn't pull your cord out too bad. One of my favorite parts about this camera is having the screen and the batteries all on the back, so then I can try to make sure I'm aiming that correctly. If you look on a lot of the WyseEye stuff, what they recommend is if you just cross the screen and then draw circles where you intersect all the way up and down. That's kind of where their motion sensors are. So wherever I want to have the deer sensor at, I'll point right there. I feel like I'm a little high right now. So again, my handy dandy branch. See if I can get that to point down just a touch more. Yeah. Well, hey, there you have it, guys. We're all set up. We've got the oak branch over there. We've got the rope scrape right here within 15 yards, both shooting lanes here. So excited. Can't wait for season to get here. Hopefully I can bring you Shocker on film here. I'm going to call my shot somewhere between October 1st and 6th or November 5th and 10th. All based on trail camera history. But when he's here, he's here. And so, Lord willing, we can get him punched here pretty early, and look forward to bring it to you. So, man, these mosquitoes are bad. Well, thanks for watching Chasing Giants TV, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.